And we got Chris Whitney running the point. So it's been a lot with our former teammate Kwame Brown, and Kwame Brown been in the he's had a lot to say.
Dub was there for Mike, so Mike brought him in to basically let Mike do whatever Mike needs to do. That's kind of how it was. Me personally, man, with Quan, man, I just think that they just, never really gave him that shot. Again, I'm like Jihadi. I have seen some time where Mike, talk to him in a way where giving him, instructions about what to do. And then I have been around where he has said some words to the young boy that I was like, damn. And I'm with Jahidi. He didn't break though. He didn't break.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna lie, at 17 years old, it'd have been hard for me, especially from how I was raised, to deal with somebody to talk to me like, the way they talk to him. I mean, I already know me. I probably got in a fight with him. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd have been fighting, because you only can say so much to a person. And at 17, I mean, I was a loose cannon at 17, so it was a little different.
Right.
So but Kwame stayed quiet, man. He stayed humble. Kind of like what's going on now. I mean, I just feel like, first of all, he ain't crazy.
No.
He's a very, he's very smart guy. He's not crazy. So let's just get that out there real quick. He just basically speaking facts. And when you speak facts, I mean, the first thing come out of people's mouth is, that person must be crazy, because there's only so many people got the balls, man, to actually speak up the way he's doing right now.
It's interesting because a lot of the people, after he said it, they were calling me, asking me to verify, because they didn't believe that MJ could have treated him as badly as what Kwame said that he treated him. And it's interesting because, all right, so remember after The Last Dance, I did an interview with NBA Buzz, Mikey Domagala. I can't pronounce his name, but it's NBA Buzz. And so I was talking about the Doug Collins aspect and the stuff that I saw from there, right? And so, after all this stuff happened, NBA Buzz put that article back out. I mean, the interview back out. And I'm talking about all this stuff with Doug and how everything was Kwame's fault. And it was like, sometimes there would be stuff that didn't even have nothing to do with Kwame, and it was Kwame's fault. And it was like he was like the scapegoat, because I saw Doug wasn't going to get on MJ. He wasn't going to say, MJ, you did this wrong, you did this wrong. It was Kwame, you didn't do this right. And I'm looking, I'm like, what Kwame got to do with this? And that's what I saw. So
can't deny facts, though. Can't deny facts.
You can't deny facts, man.
You can't deny facts, man. It's interesting.
Don't rock with them, though.
So much, though. But Seaway, tell me a little bit about what you saw.
I think from the beginning, man, when M first came back, I knew it was going to be different. I suppose that we had one TV game, and they had two different TV schedules. If he came or he didn't come. If he came, we had 40-something games. Man, we were on TV all the time. Mm-hmm. So I knew it was going to be totally different. You know what I'm saying? So all accounts that I got was just like yours at times, like you saw it, but Kwame killed those in those workouts. It was no question. Then they brought them back again, and he did it again. So I can only imagine, I've put myself in his shoes at 17 years old, and trying to live up to that number one draft pick status or what have you, but just playing in the NBA period. At 17, none of us would have been ready. None of us been ready. You know what I'm saying? I remember one instance. You'll remember when we played the Celtics up in Uncas, Connecticut, preseason, and M opened up the restaurant, the sports bar, whatever, inside the casino, right?
Casino, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So we went. We were all, we was all invited. We went. So after it was over, we went to the casino. So I'm with Kwame. And everybody knows who he is. They were like, hey, you got to get out. You got to be 21, blah, blah, blah. So he and I left. We went back to the room and, chilled for a while and just kicked it like good fellas, you know what I'm saying, like we do. But he couldn't hang with all of us and do things like that. Now, me and Jihadi, we kind of took him on in D.C. We had him out there, right? But, that's got to be tough, man. It's like, if we didn't do those things with him, you know, at home he had his fam. He had some fam come up. You know, I can only imagine how tough that is, man. Like you can't be around your teammates. You're used to doing that stuff. And but when he was out there playing, man, it was so much on him, man. Like he I don't know if y'all remember the little warm up drill. We had to jump on one leg, and we're all jumping, right? And we're jumping pretty high, and they would yell at Kwame, "Jump higher!"
Yeah.
Touch the ceiling, and we're like, okay.
Yeah.
They was, and you could see him really straining, right, trying to jump higher and higher. It's like it's only so high he can jump on one leg. You know, this is just warm up. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and then if something was not, if he didn't understand something, we'd run a play, and they would tell him to do something. You could see the confusion in his mind because he just didn't know. And then it would be like, "Hey, come on, next, somebody get in." You know, time, get in at the 4, take a spot. You see what I'm saying? You know, so it was just hard on him. And then, like you said, man, you know, with MJ, it was like we coming in to win. You know, he didn't. It wasn't a lot of time to. Hey,
it wasn't a grooming. It wasn't a situation for. It wasn't a situation for a grooming process.
Right.
Exactly.
And
not for a
17-year-old.
year-old.
When Kwame came in, tell me this. When Kwame came in, we all knew the age he was. But did he act 17, 18?
No.
He was a mature dude.
No.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, he didn't.
Right?
He didn't.
And I say this, and I always say this. All right, he was the #1 draft pick. But if he wasn't, say for instance he was number 15.
Mm-hmm.
His career was good.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, he had a decent career.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his career was good.
Yeah.
Right? So, what, 12 years in the NBA? You know,
13,
you can't
whatever
last
he
12
did.
in years.
Yeah.
I know some #1 draft picks didn't last 12 years in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And also, we got to understand too. You know, when Mike came in thinking about Mike.
Yes.
Mike didn't come in to be like, "I'm here to help y'all get better." No, Mike
It was Mike. The whole point, Mike coming
about
right.
doing Mike. I mean, and Mike was playing my position, so I knew that it was going to shorten up my time.
Right.
So you know, I'm sitting on the bench, hated. Like people don't realize, you know, when you're an athlete, bro, and you want to play, I'm not sitting there to be a cheerleader. You know, I'm not. That's just, you know, your mind is not like that, and people think you should be happy you're on the team. No, bro. I know, like anybody else know, if you ain't performing, you ain't getting another contract.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, you know, I'm sitting there just like, man, this guy, I know he's going to play the 3 spot because he ain't going to be fast enough to go for the 2. So I knew he was going to be playing my spot. So I knew I had to sit back, and I talked to Wes Unseld because, you know, y'all don't know, but I was trying to get traded. I went to him and tried to get traded. When they told me he was coming back, I ain't going to even lie. I said, and Wes was like, he ain't going to last the whole season. Don't worry about it, Nesby. He ain't going. And I was like, Wes, I'm telling you, man. I can see right now, it's a wrap for me, you know. And it was kind of like, it was just like that. I knew my minutes was going to get low, you know. I just knew all that, man. And not trying to knock Mike, because Mike just being Mike. But everybody thought Mike was coming to like really help us out. But Mike had one thing in mind. That's Mike.
To win.
Get mine.
That was the organization's goal anyway. I mean, that was the whole goal. Is like, hey, we need to bring some people in the stands. This has to be the Mike show. That's the whole point.
So if Mike wouldn't have come out of retirement, you would have seen a whole different situation and a whole different Kwame Brown. There wouldn't have been the same, you know, dynamic. It would have been completely different. When he came in, he had it's like seeing somebody transform from having their confidence to seeing their confidence being taken from them. It's like, and it was 2 different Kwames. It was like I'm talking about as far as on the court.
Will we have the same coach? Would the same coach be in there?
No, it can't be the same coach. Doug can't be nowhere in this equation.
What was the other coach, man?
Leonard Hamilton. Before that. No. But listen,
hey, he would have done better with Leonard Hamilton, though.
Man, don't get me talking about that.
Leonard Hamilton let you play, though.
He would have let Kwame play.
Yeah.
So all right. Do y'all remember? I don't know. I don't remember if this was when that year or the next year, but they would have Kwame, and Kwame told this story in one of the videos. They would have Kwame literally working out like it's a pre-draft workout before the game, 2 hours before the game. Y'all remember that?
Yeah,
They would have them, so we would all start coming in, Kwame be in there drenched sweat. You know what I mean? Just be like, man, what you been doing? Like they've been working me out, running sprints, doing lifting, all this different stuff, and then come to the game and then put him in the game and he dead tired. Like I'm sitting here next to him on the bench. He's tired. They done worked this dude out for 2.5, 3 hours before the game. He's tired. And then, I'd be like, why are they doing this with him? Like, why are they? It's like they trying to set him up. Like, what's?
Like it's sabotage.
Yeah, basically. You know,
I laugh for him. I was like, I just be like, I wouldn't know what to say. I'd be like, dog, this is messed up. Like, I don't, you know. And it was after that. It was then the belittling. And I don't know, like, so do y'all remember? You remember how MJ? I remember I think we was in Charlotte, I want to say, and there was a lot of people there for our shoot around for some reason. I don't know if we had to do an appearance or something like that. There was a lot of people in there, and afterwards, MJ took the ball, right, and kicked the ball in the stands, and he said, "Now go get it." And he told Kwame, go fetch the ball, and everybody was looking. And I looked at Kwame's face, and I'm like, that ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I understand
he told him get it before the
and rookie thing, but I was like,
He told him get it before the bus leaves.
Remember
we had shoot around.
You remember that?
Get it. He kicked in his hands and told him to go get the ball and get it before the bus leave. You know what I'm saying? Because we was at shoot around. So, you know, we get on the bus and we're going back to the hotel. But yeah, he kicked it in the stands and told him, you know, go get it. You better be able to catch the bus. You know what I'm saying? So,
but that
ball went way up there too.
He punted it way up there.
Yeah, it went way up there.
But my thing is that I just didn't understand why. It's like you draft this kid, he's number one pick, and it's like you're almost intentionally trying to tear him down. Now, I don't know. Maybe it was just an old school way of, I don't know, what, Bobby Knight tear you down to build you up. I couldn't understand it. So help me out.